is, you know, what courses should my child take? My child wants to go to this school. What do they require? And I think that many times we don't know, or the kids think it doesn't really matter. When I go to college, it'll matter, but it doesn't matter now. And so I always tell them, you have to remember that if you don't do your research early, you might not take the right course. And so I had one of my students, I said, can you just do a random list of colleges where we have students? And can you just go to the College Board website and find out what they say are required for their admissions, or what they recommend for their admissions to their college. And so I just kind of let her do it, so I don't know if
that's fabulous.
You know,
yeah, no,
but
great.
If you look, for example, the first line, I told her to put Hilo High graduation, which Lionel explained to you. But we do have a student at Chapman, and they only require 2 years of English. I went, huh? But you see, every school is different, so you have to do your research. But then, of course, if you want to go to Harvard or Stanford, they have different things. But you'll notice on this other, she went, my goodness, so many schools require foreign language. Does Manoa require it? Well, no, Manoa does not require foreign language to be accepted into college, but they require to exit college. And you know, so you might think, well, and the reason for that is they say that oftentimes students will come to them having taken maybe 3 years of Spanish, but not having mastered the speaking. Maybe because, you know, our kids are very good at memorizing how you write, sentence, translate, and whatever, but if you ask them to speak, they don't have that that easy ability to do that. And so colleges want to have students do that, so they like for the kids to take courses from them. But I just wanted you to look at that because I said, wow, if you're in 9th grade, you better start thinking about taking foreign language if you want to go to Stanford. You know, you can't wait until, and some people will say, well, I only need 2 years, so I'm going to go my junior and senior year and take foreign language. Or they took it in 9th grade and 10th grade and think that in 11th grade, or 12th grade, they don't have to take it anymore. And so the reason we put this up was just so that you would have kind of a way to look at it and to realize that maybe I need to do some research. So this is what I do suggest. That maybe you sit down with your child and say, you know, if everything being good, let's make a list of schools, right? And so it could be, oh, well, Dad went to this school, my cousin Johnny went to this school, you know, whatever. And you make your list. And then go to the collegeboard.org website and look up under colleges. There's a cute little table. See, I didn't know all this, but because I go to every school's website because I like to look to see what the school says. But as a first step, like my student did, you could just go to the College Board website and get some preliminary information. And then once you narrow the list down and you want to get some very specific, you go to the school's website. Because when we went to UH Hilo, I had to go to UH Hilo, they didn't say just 3 math. They want Algebra 1, Algebra 2, and Geometry. You know, it's not a choice. That's what you need. That's what they said. Okay? And you have to take the Algebra 2 test. End of the year test. Okay. And so then it didn't just say 3 science, it says physical science, biology, and either chemistry or physics. Okay? So it was these kinds of things that going to the website will give you the details for. But this is just the beginning. Okay? So as you help your child to decide on what courses, you know, that you need to take, they need to think, do I want to go to college? And if college is a choice, do I want to go to a 4-year college? Do I want to go to UH Hilo? Do I want to go to Stanford? Or where? And maybe do a little bit of research so that they will make wiser choices. And today I went to the financial aid workshop that was put on at UH Hilo. And you know what UH Hilo said? The whole University of Hawaii system, if you do not have a high school diploma or a GED, you cannot get any financial aid. Wait, really? I thought in the past, if a student didn't have a degree, diploma, they could go and take one semester, pay for it themselves, and then qualify kind of through the back door. They said no longer is that true. So I said, you mean if you don't have a diploma, you can never get financial aid in the University of Hawaii system? They said yes. But I don't know, and I just learned that today, so I've got to check some other schools to see if that is true elsewhere. Because if that is true elsewhere, the high school diploma becomes much, much more important for all of our students. And you people are probably the ones who have students who are going to have your high school diploma, but there are some students out there who may not. So for them, it's for all of us as counselors, it's very imperative that we see that every child gets their high school diploma. Okay? So do you folks have any questions about this? Yes?
Senior project, is that required?
Senior project right now for next year is not required, no. I don't know in the future if it will be. Maybe Mr. Carpenter, who's on the senior project committee, can explain that.
Yeah, up to like 2015, I believe, and I'm looking at my registration guide, very important document. Yeah, 2015, if you want the BOE diploma, that's important to you, you have to do the senior project. After that, the BOE is no longer really going to have anything to do with the senior project. It's been kind of shunted back to the schools to decide, do you want to do it, do you not? The administration seems to be leaning towards making it mandatory for everyone to do the senior project. And you say, wow, that's going to be a chore. So we'll see. It probably, if it does go that way, it probably won't look the same as what's going on right now for a senior project, but it would be some type of requirement that everybody would have to fulfill. But we're not sure yet for 2016. But the only time you would need it is if you really had to have that Board of Education diploma for right now.
I think that the one thing that's really important is that we encourage our children to do that, to do a senior project, for several reasons. One, they not only really understand and learn about how to organize a whole, doing the research, writing the paper, doing a presentation, creating a portfolio and doing that and learning all the skills that go along with that. But, colleges now, for example, if you go to Willamette University, to graduate, you need to do, they don't call it a senior project, but it's the same idea. You have to prove that you are deserving. You have a biology major, well, you have to do a project in biology. They want to make sure that they're just not letting anybody out the door with a biology degree and you can't do anything. So more and more colleges are looking at that. So the kids who have done senior projects say that college has become very easy because the skills that they've learned are skills that they use.